Sir John Redwood. Just before we hear from Sir John, have a look at this. Darren Jones, who's now Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister, as well as doing a bunch of other jobs as well. So he's currently the second most powerful man in the country, I suppose you might say. Here's what he's got to say about the reshuffle.
But also with our relationships with allies and others around the world. And likewise, Shabana Mahmood, who was the Justice Secretary, who came in and really got a grip of the prisons crisis that we'd inherited. You remember the prisons were full, the justice system had come to a complete standstill. Shabana was able to grip that really difficult issue, to fix it and to get the reforms in to train. We know that she's now going to apply that reforming zeal to tackling issues, for example, on small boats, which of course the public want to see us be able to stop.
I have to say, Sir John, very good morning to you. I must have missed it when she managed to solve the prisons crisis. I thought she'd let 26,000 people out of prison, and yet the prisons have still remained remarkably full.
Well, you're quite right, Mike, but if she is the woman to do it, why didn't she tell us immediately how she was going to do it? This is something that, as a senior legal advisor in government, she must have been well briefed on and probably part of the conversation. The Prime Minister says this is the woman who is going to be better than Yvette Cooper. Surely they would have agreed with each other what they're suddenly going to do. Instead, on her first day in office, assuming she was working on her first day, she must have been helping her officials try and find hotel places and extra flats and accommodation for the 1,000 more people who came on that first day in office. Complete disastrous performance from her, and no message to us and, more importantly, to the people in North France as to why they shouldn't come.
Right.
And that she's got to make changes to say it's not worthwhile coming. Why, for example, did she, along with the rest of the government, vote to strip out of the law the very good thing the Conservatives had belatedly put in just before they left office, which was the clear proposition that if you come on an illegal small boat, you can't claim asylum. Well, as 95% of them do and want asylum, why on earth would they carry on coming if that law had stayed in place and was properly enforced? Why don't they do that?
Well, exactly. And on her first Monday in charge, which is today, we hear that basically what she's doing is organising a day of meetings with colleagues with the best ideas to stop the boats. Well, they're 14 months into government now.
Yeah. Well, indeed. I mean, the ideas are pretty obvious, and they must have been discussing them when they rejected some of the best ones. And why don't they, for example, pick up the very detailed amendments to their bad immigration bill, which the Conservatives put forward and which they voted down? These were based on the dreadful Conservative experience of the Conservative years, when they didn't change the law sufficiently to make it less attractive or impossible to come here, based on that bitter learning from trying to wrestle with these problems in office. That was good advice, and instead the Labour government told all their MPs to vote it down. Well, when they did that, why didn't they have a better idea? Most of the things they did in their immigration bill actually weakened our powers to tackle this crisis.
Yeah, absolutely right. Sir John, we've got to cut it short today, I'm afraid, but thank you very much indeed for joining us. Sir John Redwood, former government minister, there talking sense about what on earth it is that exactly Shabana Mahmood is going to bring to the party that wasn't already there.